check something out. Are we live? Are we good? Yeah, we're live and we're good. That's good to know. Pause menu. Anyway, welcome to the Squeaky Wheel podcast. This isn't really a podcast. I'm just drawing and I'm talking about whatever has been on my mind recently. It's not even going to be like a structured thing at all. Everything always goes out better in my mind, where I'm like, I'm going to talk about this, that, and the third, but I kind of don't have the mental capacity. I wanted to be more organized than this, but things don't really work out as planned as usually, you know. But if you've been following my stuff for a while, you would notice, the first thing that you would notice is that I'm drawing again. I'm working on the comic again. I don't have the existential dread that majority of people don't care about what I do anymore. And I'm not talking about it in a nihilist sense of like, oh man, nobody cares, that's cool, but I'm like, nobody really cares about the story that I really want to share to the world, those things I have to say about whatever. And no, and it really felt like at a certain time, it felt like it, no matter how hard I try or no matter how much I wanted to find ways to promote or be my own marketer, it just I couldn't find a way that would efficiently get the work that I want out to the people, right? And it reminded me of a conversation I had with Matt, my friend, co-creator of Let's Go Metal Hero and Just a Reaper, which we recently finished. Like we saw the what was it? It was a trailer for Extreme Peace, Sam Hyde's Extreme Peace, and it was a weird feeling because we've been waiting for it for a while to the point that we stopped waiting for it. And when it showed up, we were like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool, I guess. And I think the whole point of that conversation that we had about it was he really could it really feels like he kind of switched priorities when it comes to like the content that he would make, in the sense of it's easier to be a talking head, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people would remember his Dear Elon stuff or Dear Vivek or whatever, and it just reminded me of how entertainment entertainment is a zero-sum game, you know what I mean? Where you can put your entire life into something, but it doesn't mean it'll give back. And you see this with a lot of creative people who would love to do creative stuff. Well, creators, I would say, on the internet. Like, that start out as artists and then move on to doing news shows or podcasts, because it's the what's the word? It's the way of least resistance. I don't know if that's like the perfect way of saying it, but that's what comes to my mind. You get less friction. It's easier to make easy listening content that's very, not dumbed down, very digestible to people, than making something that having a synthesis of fun to create, fun to talk about, and fun to and having an audience that will just enjoy what you make. And I've been trying all over the board with like the content that I want to try out when it comes to like just YouTube or just the internet in general. Like I tried YouTube, TikTok, and just a myriad of stuff. I'm trying to like redo this right now because this panel right now because it just feels odd. It feels odd. I saw like this one quick tidbit of try making things pelvis level a little bit. But anyway, I tried my hardest to do whatever I can find that will at least latch like find an audience that latches onto it. But I've came to a realization that at first I really wanted to go full independent on this. Hey, Mr. Cat, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the podcast, I suppose. I want then I realized I really wanted to be independent, but I realized I can't. It's 10 times harder for me to be independent if I just don't have not just community, but industry ties to sever from to begin with. Because it really feels like a lot of things on the internet is just astroturfed. That the era of finding an audience and living off a community, it feels so far and few between, or it's just outside of my grasp, you know? So there was like an era where I just wanted to make like big creator energy of like what I wanted to make, of like not really what I wanted to make, but it was what I wanted to make, but in a way of presenting it in a mass, very digestible way, and that being the motion comics. Oh no, I don't want him to stand like that. That has no personality. I feel like Travis is always slouching. I wasn't really thinking about that. But yeah, I wanted to do. So I tried doing like several things. Like I think doing the motion comic was probably one of the more ambitious things that I've done, and it really didn't work out, mostly because of my expectations. I think the expectations I wanted to get out of that is for it to be a signal to the channel, signal to the streams that I wanted to do, and a signal to just a signal to like at least find a way to build an audience with what I wanted to make, you know? But I think people say like it takes time, but there's got to be I guess I was expecting like some sort of landmarks that I can gauge to make things feel a little bit more worth it. And a lot of the times it just didn't feel worth it. You know? I feel like this is kind of like doomer hour, very early in the morning. I feel like something that you would feels like midnight thoughts. Weird morning show, you know? It's a very weird morning show. people really. I'm honestly more bubbly in person, I suppose. But I don't know. This has just been on my mind for the longest time, you know. And I also had that era where I was just literally uploading 8 times a day on YouTube, just trying to get as much people aware, get that content awareness as much as possible. And I have like all this knowledge of like algorithms and learning this and that, and it's just not worth it. A lot of it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, you know. So for the last month or so, I've just been doing nothing, honestly. Like I haven't been like I touched the comic for a while, but every time I would like open up a document, I would just have this feeling, this nagging feeling of what's the point? Why even like make another brush stroke, you know? Another pen stroke, a stylus stroke, because this isn't brush stroke, because this is like freaking traditional, as if. I was like, why make another stroke? You know, when I go outside and I can communicate what I want to tell in these stories in a conversation with somebody that's just interested in me within that second, right? Because I've been talking to a lot of people. When I go out and like backpack bend, usually you talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people say, "Hey, that's interesting. I'll check you out," and it's just, and like there's usually no follow up for it, you know, no follow up. Usually, hey, we met X, Y, and Z. That's cool. And even when I tried to go hard on, when I tried to go hard on a the whatchamacallit, I'm trying to remember what it was called, email marketing. I would upload just a couple pages on my email of my comic on my email, like every day, every 2 days, like alternate, seeing what people respond to the most, and no traction. Like, it doesn't grow. The market, the list doesn't grow. I haven't tried Pinterest. Pinterest didn't really gain traction. Like, there was a while where I was just uploading on Pinterest because I kind of didn't like the idea of doing nothing. So that was just a thing that I did for a while. That was my only online activity. So just to just to make myself feel productive, you know. But I think last night I was talking to a friend, and I just vented about like how I felt. And it was like kind of out of nowhere. And it wasn't even a dramatic thing. It was somewhat dramatic, but I was like laughing halfway through it, and I don't know. That's like such a weird thing, right? Like, even though you feel like everything is kind of like, not everything, like the career that you wanted to do is like shambling in front of you, or like not even shambling, but like it just won't give. It doesn't feel like anything is growing. And then you're still like laughing at the absurdity of it all. You think that you like try to. I'm like, yeah, I tried my best and my hardest to do X, Y, and Z. Like, what's not given? But and it just comes down to me thinking that everything is. There's no such thing as organic growth on the internet anymore. That's just what comes to mind, or what I say to make myself cope with how difficult things have just been for a while. And it's kind of made me want to like title this stream. Well, I woke up today and I'm like, I'm just gonna work on the comic again, like for an hour. Like I'm probably not gonna go back to like trying to work on it for like 3 hours, because that's kind of OD, and I'm still at that era of like why is like not like anybody's listening, not like anybody's like really cares about what I'm doing. Like people, it feels nice. Like what I perceive when people say like I hope this goes out well for you, it's more like it feels like best wishes, Like they're not really saying it. It's like pleasantries, of hope that's cool. And I don't expect anybody to care. I think it's too much to expect people to care, right? And I think leaving I freaking I don't know why I gave Ollie so much hair back here, like in the back of his head. Because he's like supposed to be Indian, and like you've never seen an Indian with like a lot of hair in the back of their head. It's kind of funny. But anyway. It's kind of like right now I don't even feel like I don't know what to do. I was debating on whether I should make this thing like a pre-recorded thing or just a live stream. I decided on doing a live stream because I hate the extra time of not doing it, of just like looking over, just wasting space on my hard drive, of like archives of the stream. It's annoying to me. It's like a waste of space, and I don't want to. Every time I like take up space of a video takes up space on my hard drive, I think about, man, this is gonna take a lot. I'm gonna have to like replace my hard drive soon, and I know hard drives are like $50, but I'm like, it's not like making comics is making me that much money, but it's annoying. I know people would say, why don't you you need to get a job in X, Y, and Z, and I don't know. I just don't really. I feel like I have that personality trait where I just can't. I just don't do well in that environment. And as soon as I feel comfortable, I leave. Like with my last job, as soon as I saw like 4 digits in my bank account for the first time, I'm like, you know what? I don't need this. I was like more comfortable. Like as soon as I just feel like I don't need the money anymore, I just end up leaving because I just don't like being in areas. I just don't feel like being in areas that that I don't strive in, where it just feels like a waste. A waste of time, a waste of time. And I think a lot of my issues kind of stem from how do I even work with this? Okay, so this is supposed to be a table. Bear with me. I'm just like blocking this thing out. Because this is supposed to be like a table. I don't know like the first thing about perspectives. So I'm just trying to remember. I'm just trying to remember what I can about like but this looks really cool, honestly. Because you can see in the whatchamacallit, the thumbnail. That was basically my knowledge of doing a shot like this. But I don't know. It's so cool to be on Twitter sometimes. You would just see some random nuggets on thumbnailing gold of achieving a shot like this. Honestly, I probably would have just used a 3D model or something like that. But anyway, honestly, I haven't been by myself, but I haven't been talking. I have not been talking to a lot of people. My circle of people have kind of shrank, you know, over the years. I think I've just been talking to like two people online. Like that's just my circle now. And I want it to like grow and expand, but it's or even make my own Discord. I think the problem with having my own Discord is it's nice to have like a community of people to like chill and vibe with, or like if I wanted to draw, like they'll be probably like chilling or whatever. My main thing is like it's gonna be weird to say, but my main problem with having like a Discord is like there's just a lot of people forget that there's just a lot of just minors on the internet, and I don't, and like every time I'm like around a child, I feel like they are my responsibility. If something bad happens, I have to take responsibility, and like, it's like, and I know it's like it's easy to put like to shift the blame onto the parents and being like your kid shouldn't be on the internet if something bad happens, which is right? Like it's like the easy thing to do because it takes responsibility off of you, right? But if something does go down, and I remember at the time when I was thinking about having a Discord server, I was watching like different content on YouTube talking about like how kids always just finds a way to get groomed on servers or Roblox games or X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, oh man, that sucks. I can't. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that happening in my server. No way, no how. You know. So that's just been keeping me from doing that for a while. And even though it would be probably good for a little bit to at least have like some people to communicate with, I just still don't see I see the point of it, but I'm just not enthralled to do it right now, especially right now. Like this, I don't know. I think I was like, I don't know how like this podcast is supposed to like run or supposed to go. You know, like I was inspired to create again when I saw my friend Seven's October, Angels of Renaissance, make a video again, right? And I did not have any. I just didn't have any like will or a thought. I didn't even think tomorrow I'm going to do this. I just woke up one day and I thought, another day of doing nothing, because I don't feel like doing nothing because it doesn't matter. I just feel like I just had like this endless like feeling of nihilism, of just like nothing matters, nothing ever happens, right? When I saw his video, it wasn't even a special video. It was a video that just kind of reminded me of. It reminded me of how I was like before I was down. How I was like before I was down, you know? Yeah, he doesn't need to have his thumb here. Before I was like this, and he's been going through like a lot tougher things than I have. And I'm not saying like it's a good idea to compare like grievances or compare your struggles or your pain or whatever. But it did remind me of Even back when I still don't have anything going on with this. It was still a thing to do. It was a thing that preoccupied my time. It was a thing that kept me from doom scrolling, waking up to doom scrolling, and just posting more nonsense, like filler, like just filling the airwaves with just dump with crud that doesn't mean anything to anybody. You know, like this is stuff that feeds the soul. And if you like, and I never hated like making the comics. I don't think I've ever hated making the comics. It's a little bit therapeutic in a way. I think for me, what kind of got in my way was what got in my way was the immediate need for monetary compensation. That's what it was. And I haven't been going out to like flea and farmers markets for a while because I am planning on going to DreamCon, trying to gather as much comics as I can, as like the TSA, not TSA, but the that's the right word. I'm trying to gather as much stuff as the TSA allows me to bring. Books, I mean, the TSA will allow me to bring, and hopefully meet some cool people out there, meet some friends in high places, because this is gonna be like my first time doing something like traveling this far for I guess like business, you know, like personal business. And it's cool. It's pretty good. I don't know what else to explain it. I'm thankful for that, but for the longest time I just haven't been doing anything because I've just been waiting for that. I feel like for the longest time that felt like I need, like, the thing that I need to experience, to the point where it's like I don't feel like doing anything else. I just feel like waiting for it. And then it kind of I don't like this. It's so stiff. Yeah, moving on. Like, I don't like this posture. This posture is like very freaking stiff. But usually, honestly, I just gotta move on. I did not even do warm ups. I didn't even do I usually never do warm ups when it comes to like comics. I was like, usually people are just going to look at this. Only people who critique usually are people who are other artists. And I'm at probably a level above them, to a point where they just want to be like, well, where I'm at a level above them, where they're like, oh, this guy, I don't get why this guy's so popular. Because if he was actually good, he would do X, Y, and Z. His drawings, his figures would be da-da-da-da-da. Because I usually notice, like, that's when people usually want to critique. When something has a buzz to it, and, like, an artist has some sort of, like, envy artist. An illustrator or a creator has some sort of, like, attention envy. And they're like, oh, why don't they do X, Y, and Z? If they did X, Y, and Z, then I would understand the hype. But I really don't have that anymore. I really don't have that instinct. I don't feel that instinct anymore of, like, attention envy. I don't even feel like I'm part of the I don't even feel like I would say that I'm part of the indie comic space anymore. You know, like the whole space is like tiring to me, and I wasn't even. Yeah, I was. I was. I don't even think I feel like being a part of it. You know, because there's kind of nothing there for me. I feel like there's nothing there for me. Like it's not only for me. I don't think it's anything there for like the majority of people, and I don't think it's not a thing to get into if you don't have an audience. That's what like usually that's what the core engine thing kind of like instilled into me. Like nobody can make money off of doing something. No one can really make money off of entertainment unless it's a your brand, and then you can use your brand as a boost for your product. And then you would get people who would buy your product as a somewhat of a donation. Like buying a product. If you are an independent, the way that the internet works now is that you are a brand, and your product, and like people buy a product not because they think their product is good, but it is a donation. You know. Wow, this looks better, but it's still stiff as hell. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I'll learn from this. I'll probably learn from this. Because I know like here. Oh yeah, I guess I'm continuing the legacy of like thin line art. Yeah, but oh yeah, freaking making something like making something. Yeah, yeah. I mean that's why I tried to do like I actually tried to doing a new show or something like that. Only did it for one day, and I was like, this is cringe. This is stupid. I can't do that. I can't just talk about things that I don't care about. It's not really. It's not for me. Wait. Yeah. Nah, I thought I needed it. There we go. Sorry about that. Unprofessional. I know. I thought that maybe I could just be. I could just try to talk about popular things and then trend jack, but I can't. But I don't care enough to do that. Then I thought maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe I can just go the Corey Kenshin route and just do Let's Plays. But the problem with Let's Plays is that it's a dime a dozen on the internet. I'm also streaming this on Twitch, which is probably a bad idea. I probably shouldn't be streaming on Twitch. I should probably be doing this on Instagram. But the weird thing about Instagram, their live streams, is that like it's only for followers, and people don't really share your live streams. So it's a little bit bizarre. Like I do have a little bit of kept a little bit of the marketing fundamentals with me throughout the ages or whatever. But it's just not. I don't know. It feels really pointless. Also, that's why I called this thing the squeaky wheel, because I've just been collecting all of these gripes that I have, and I just feel like if I don't even say that I'm struggling, saying that this isn't like a lot of the things that's been going on just isn't working out as well as I thought it would. maybe if I just scream into the voids of the internet, maybe somebody will understand what the heck is going on, right? What the heck is going on? And the weird thing is, like, it really feels like nobody's going to watch this. I don't think it's. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know anymore. Things I think is like it's just not entertaining or just not good or just not X, Y, and Z up to snuff. I just don't know anymore. I really just don't know. But yeah, I was like recently, the other day. I usually try to go on walks, and to get out of my head recently, I just been trying to listen to some audiobooks, because at first I thought I was like I thought I was like depressed, but I don't even know what depression feels like. You know. Yeah, it really feels like I don't know what depression. This is awful. This is bad foundation. I gotta start over again. Like, I don't even know what depression feels like. You know, I don't even know if I'm depressed. But I was like thinking I need to get out of my head. Gotta get out and listen to stuff. Like maybe listen to an audiobook. Maybe I'll listen to. I tried to read a couple of Psalms, because my mom years ago, bought me a chronological Bible, and it's a Bible that like goes through the. It's a Bible that goes through all the events within it in order, in chronological order, and it's sectioned off by days. Like you read like an X amount of passages from like January 1st all the way to like December 31st, right? And at that point in the Bible, I'm on Psalms, and I was like, it's good. It's a lot of like, God will not forget you, God is just, and I'm like, that's cool, I get it, it's nice. And then I was thinking maybe I can just listen to some Nietzsche, because every time I hear some people talk about Nietzsche, it's always high praises. So I went on like a LibriVox, like the audio library place, and I downloaded 2 books. One of the books was Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and The Antichrist. And I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't get through The Antichrist, mostly because every time I when I was like listening to it, it really felt like the people who really like Nietzsche are people who already shares his sentiments before or after, before they even like listen to what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Like people who are already within his camp. And when I was listening to it, it really felt like I was listening to like an 1800s version of The Amazing Atheist, where it's very much like a drive-by like insult, and like when usually like it's a drive-by insult, then he moves on, and that makes sense for The Antichrist, because I think that was like the last book that he made before he died. So, and he had that, and I'm pretty sure he had like an idea that most people already read his previous books. So it just feels like you walked into a KKK rally. I had this like thought that like I thought this like one joke where it's like it feels like walking into a KKK rally for the first time, and then you're like, why does everybody hate minorities? Without knowing anything about what's going on. That's what it kind of felt like. And I was like, what is this guy's problem? Because he would just say stuff outright and saying like, Christianity is a lie, like the spirituality that Christianity offers is a myth. It's a lie. And I'm like, okay, explain yourself. And then he's like, I'm just waiting for him to explain himself and like why he believes, why he makes those statements. But he just makes more statements of just saying that I got the what's the word? I got the idea or perception that he thinks the end goal of Christianity is to take culture away from the people, from like strip people from like their native cultures, and and I'm like, okay, that's a very interesting thing, right? But then he would talk about Buddhism, within like the chapters 19 to like 26. He would like compare Buddhism to like Christianity, and it just felt really weird to me of how he was going about it. Mostly because the criticism that he had with Christianity, it would feel more personal. It would feel personal because it would just say something about like what Christians did, and then like when he would talk about Buddhism, it says, well, in Buddhism, like Buddhism, he talks about what it aims to do, and it just felt unbalanced. It felt unbalanced because like on Christianity, he talks about like the people behind Christianity, but when he talks about Buddhism, it feels like he's talking about it in a way that he's detached from a culture that he's detached from, and and it's just novel to him. He likes it because it's novel to him. And I just couldn't really find. I found that amusing. I get where he was coming from, because it really felt like a weeb, like an American saying how superior Japanese culture is, like without even living in Japan. You know what I mean? It kind of reeks of being ungrateful of what the culture that you came from was able to do, and it just had like a whole hinge of ungratefulness to it. And I think I just stopped as soon as he was like, my patience wore thin when he was like talking about how Christianity is a Jewish psyop, and he was just gassing up like the Jewish people, like the ultimate masterminds of the entire human race. And I'm like, all right, dog, that's like I'm like, okay, relax. I just couldn't. That was like one of the main things of that I couldn't really take seriously. Is like every time he would talk about a Christianity, it never felt objective. It never felt objective, and it never felt like he knew why things were the way that they are. Why things are the way that they are. He just had a hypothesis, and his hypothesis always comes from a disposition of Christianity is popular because it's evil, because it is the most, it is the weakest, the most evil, and it deprives men of what men crave in life. It sees how it says like the natural proclivities of men is evil, and that's something that needs to be rectified. But not Buddhism, though. Buddhism focuses on how to mitigate the evils on life. It's like it's kind of funny. It's really funny, you know. But that's like I'm not. I haven't. I like that was like my surface level understanding. I might read the Spoke Zarathustra, because I heard that it's more of a more story driven book, and the Antichrist is more of him just spitting. Hey, Asif, what's going on? Welcome to the I forgot what I even called this, the Squeaky Wheel podcast. So that's what I've been probably been getting into recently. I want to make these streams like an hour long. I don't want to stress myself over it, you know? I just kind of want to do what I can. I kind of want to just do what I can. You know? I wanted to have, I don't know, like that's the main thing, you know, like having expectations. I feel like having expectations is kind of like the worst thing. It was like the worst thing that ever happened to me. Like, I don't really do things for fun. I can't even imagine like the last time I had fun doing something, you know? Like, I don't even have fun while playing games. Like, I play games so I just don't so I won't think about my situation in life. Like, and when I watch movies, I don't really lose myself as I did when I was a kid. I just see everything as like a conversation. I see everything as propaganda, right? Like, I don't even like going to the movies with family that much because, well, my parents. I would say, like, I don't like going to the movies with my parents that much because they kind of enjoy things at surface value. But my oldest brother, like, he likes having like conversations about like themes and topics of movies as much as I do, and I think as a writer, I don't even say as a writer because I don't even feel like a lot of writers feel the way that I do when they watch shows or watch movies. And when I'm like watching a movie, I feel like I'm watching a 90-minute, an hour and a half, 2 hour long conversation, just like how I write my books, because my books are essentially like a conversation that uses characters to portray like certain ideas and trying to get everybody on board with like what I'm trying to say. Hey, Christmas Bush, long time no see. And I get everybody on board with, as I was saying, get everybody on board with what I'm trying to say, right? And the thing is, a lot of movies, they don't say anything. It feels like they don't say anything. Or if they do say something, it kind of gets lost in the weeds. Because, like, the latest movie that I watched was Sinners. And throughout the entirety of the movie, I was thinking, what the heck are the vampires supposed to represent? Because it's a periodic piece that turns into like a horror movie, and like the cool thing about horror movies is that they're usually supposed to be a cautionary tale or a mirror of like, I don't even know how to do it. I'm already too busy into like, let me switch up how am I supposed to work on this. And the thing about horror movies is that horror movies are supposed to be a mirror of what we don't like about ourselves or what we don't like about our society. And it's usually shown within like the antagonist of the film. Usually. That's like filmmaking 101, it feels. I don't know. I don't know. Just trying to say something objective, and then I just move on with saying I don't know. So professional. I know. But the thing with like Sinners is that they have their main antagonists were the vampires, and throughout the entire movie, I was trying to understand. I was trying to think what did the vampires was supposed to represent, because at first, yeah, Lamaoi. Like, I don't know if anybody in the chat have seen that movie Sinners, but yeah, like there's like the vampires. I don't even know what they were supposed to represent, because like in the movie they kind of show up out of nowhere, kind of show not even out of the sky. They just show up out of nowhere, and that made me think this is a thing of saying like how music is kind of eternal, how music is eternal, and but it follows the same rule. But the vampires follow the same rules of like the ancient like legends of vampires. You know what I'm saying? That they never enter doors unless they are invited, enter an area unless they're invited, or they all like have kind of like a slave to the hive mind. I haven't, but is it a good movie? Most people will like it. I think my brain works differently, so my brain works differently when it comes to media, and I kind of gave it if 5 is emotionally, I give like emotionally, like if 5 is an average, is like an okay movie, I would give it like I'll give it like a 5. I thought it was average. But most people will say it's like it's an 8 or a 9 out of 10 movie. A lot of people who watch it will say it's a phenomenal film. But I was like, it's all right. Mostly because I have no idea what like the main antagonist of the vampires were supposed to represent, because they follow the conventions of like vampires, and like it feels like throughout the movie they want it to like find as much people as they can, or like they wanted one of the protagonists, his ability to make music, because in the movie, music is like the great unifier of all people that connects people from past, present, and future. And like the vampire kind of wanted that to bring and to create like a new heaven or on earth or whatever. And I thought that made me think the vampires were supposed to represent Christianity, in the sense of that like in a critical view of Christianity, because every time that like Christianity comes by, it not like there's this idea that it just completely demolishes like any like old religion, you know, that people do it like throw it away in favor of a more universalist ideology. But that really didn't really make, and I couldn't really do that because at the end of the movie, like the guy tried to do like a sinner's prayer, and it didn't work. Because like the vampire was like, oh yeah, I tried praying too, but like nobody who really, they tried to do like a say a thing like nobody really believes in the Bible type deal. It's all a way of coping against like realities. Man, you would probably excel in my English class. Probably. I don't know. It's really all about understanding, like having a conversation, understanding that film is a conversation. I don't think a lot of people really think about it like that. Of like, what are you trying, like when you watch a film, it's kind of like a puzzle. that you're trying, like someone's trying to say something that you like try to figure it out. Most people just like watch entertainment, watch like films or just entertainment, and it's just jingling keys for the duration of the time. And if they think about what the director is trying to say with these characters, I think a lot of people would excel in like comprehension, the reading comprehension. That's useful advice. Yeah, thank you. And I don't know if like English class schools they care about it. It's mostly what did you think about these incidents going on, and that's not the best way to like engage like new readers. If school makes you want to think, if they want make you want to think, the framing needs to be different. Like the framing honestly just needs to be different. And framing is everything, honestly, when it comes to communication. Like if I had my own English class, I'd be like, all right, guys, everything is propaganda. Everything that you read, the director or the writer wants to make you believe into what they believe, and your job as the audience is to don't be a fool, keep your head cool, and understand what they're trying to tell you. And with that, you can either agree or disagree with what they're saying, or understand like what they're trying to say at the end of the day. All my teachers keep yapping about GCSEs, which are basically the English equivalent of SATs. Oh yeah, I never really cared about that stuff. I hate it. Like I never really cared. You know what's funny? I always failed in my English comprehension back when I was in middle school or like in just grade school. Like English was like my worst subject. And not my parents, but like I remember my English teacher was like, "Oh man, if you just applied yourself, you would be like really good." And I'm like, "Yeah, but like school is kind of stupid and dumb and pointless. I don't care." It's like you guys haven't made me you guys haven't given me a reason to care. And it's funny because I ended up wanting to be a writer and an illustrator, and like telling stories is one of my biggest passions now. And like school was not able to do that. Mostly because of like the grading average. I don't know. Like even when I was in grade school, like I always wanted to write. But the thing that they made me read, I just didn't care about, or they just never understood like how to make things interesting. And also, I love art. You can already tell that I was like an art kid. It's not difficult. That's crazy. I wish I could. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm not mad at anything because it's usually you don't know what you don't know, and I don't think they knew better. They just didn't know a better way to communicate what they want to say. Because like at the end of the day, a lot of the I have like my grievances with school. It's kind of funny because like when for my friends first my school friends once first heard about Purgatory Academy, they thought it was just me ragging on the school system or like my school that I've been to or whatever, and I'm like, dude, I'm 20 years old. Then I was like, I'm 20 years old. Oh wait, hold up. Fair enough. I think my English comprehension exam is like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm gonna fall asleep. Yeah, I'm so glad I don't have to do that no more. I don't remember a single thing from it. I don't think you'll ever need it. I don't think most people will ever need whatever they need. I think most people will not need like whatever they learn in school at all. Because at the end of the day, my personal opinion is that school is just a place for is literally just a daycare. So both of your parents will just be workers to both of your parents can just go to work. And they don't want you to run around causing trouble in the neighborhood, so they just put you in school. Dude, I'm 20 years old. Yeah. I'm a proud uncle, honestly. I'm old enough to rent a car on it, and I'm proud of it. I don't even feel bad about being 26. I'm 26, by the way. I don't even feel bad about being 26 anymore. Like at 5, last year when I was 25, I felt bad because I was like, man, I thought I would be a millionaire by 25. And then I'm like, by that year I'm like broke. I'm still broke, and I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm at peace. You know, I'm at peace with it. And when I shave my beard, people think I'm still in my early 20s. So that's pretty cool. Like people still like I remember forever, like not forever ago, I was on Omegle. I tried Omegle for the first time, and people thought that I was like 17. And it was like kind of funny. And it's kind of funny, and people don't even know, like, I always look younger than my age, apparently. I'll just, I'll just leave that as it is. My age is a badge of honor that I made it to a certain year. I made it another year without dying. That's crazy, yeah. I'll make it, oh my gosh, I remember, like, last year, I was on a cruise, and there was like my mom paid for like a spa. There was like the cruise had a spa area, and I was like checking it out. And I had like a day pass for the entire, not a day pass, but like a pass for the entire trip. And when I walked up on to the reception, I was like chopping it up with the guy at the receptionist. There was two people at the receptionist table. There was a guy and a girl, and I was like chopping it up with the guy. And the girl interrupted our conversation, saying, "Are you old enough to be here?" And mind you, it was the first time I completely shaved my mustache and my beard, all my facial hair, because I never did. I don't think I did that before. And when I went on that vacation, I was like, you know what? I'll try to like shave my beard, just shave all my facial hair just to see how it goes. And people thought I was young. Like people thought I was like way younger than I thought. I got like people thinking I was 16. People thought I was not even 17 yet. And I was like, this is crazy. This is nuts. This is wild. Like I'm kind of over it. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what it's about. I think it's mostly attitude that I have, and my voice. My voice is just not serious. I don't think I have a serious voice. I think I have a voice that will get me typecast for like a child forever. You know what I mean? Think if I got into voice acting, I would always be like the child or the teenager. Not a child. I would be typecast for the teenager all the time, I feel. Oh man, I stuck in being 17 syndrome. Yeah. Yeah, stuck being 17. Yeah, I'm like every day I'm like 17 again. Like I want it to work out again, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm not trying to impress anybody. So I don't need to. I don't really need to. It's good you have good genetics then. Oh yeah. You should really I think my sister gets like a lot of, she's like older than me. She's older than me. Like 2 years. And a year or 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. And like I remember for the longest time people thought that she was 16. I think like the genetics also went to her. And you could tell that we're siblings when you like see us together. Even when we were younger, Like people are like, "Are you guys twins?" It's like they could automatically understand that we're just like related, just by being, just by the strength of just having like very similar, just looking very similar. Okay, I'll draw the fingers over here. But yeah, I enjoy Token. Oh, that's cool. I have the twin thing with my sister, but she's 18. Ah, cool. Yeah, it kind of works that way. I guess that's just genetics in general. Generic in general genetics. Yeah. What else? Is there anything else? Let me think about something else. Um, if there's anything I'm trying to do, I don't know. I'm probably not going to try anymore. Like this is my post try hard era on like the internet now. Absolutely. How many chapters of Just Reaper you got down though? Oh, we just finished volume 1. Do I have the freaking thing? Do I have the freaking book on hand? Oh, here it is. My laundry chair back here. Yeah, volume 1 is done. Right here. Like this. Like this is an author's copy, but like the whole book is done over here. Like one thing that I do like about like what I did for the back cover is that when I make future volumes of books, I want to make it like a like DVD covers, because I love how DVD covers had like different like scenes, like DVD or video game covers, because like they have like different scenes of like what happens within the book or like within the content, and it's just all organized and just makes it like visually appealing. I mean, I threw this together in like Canva or whatever. Oh yeah, it looks so good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Like I think I finished this like this year. I finished it like February. You know what's so funny? Like I remember like December of last year. I told Matt that I was able to get like the book done because like the book is like around 116 pages, 18 pages, and and like at the time I was at like page 40, page 50 or something like that. I was in the middle of the page, and I told Matt like, "Yo, I can get this book done like before May." And he was like, "No, you can't, you liar! You like no way." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I was able to do it. I think we had that in the how we made this chapter. How we made this the most recent one. You probably seen it on YouTube. Like I was like, yeah, I can do this, and he was like, no, you can't, and I was like, yeah, I can. Here you go, and it's done. I was able to get it done. And it's good, but the weird thing that kind of happened after I finished it, it was like, well, I have another book under my belt, but it's still not financially viable. And that kind of got me into a. I hate saying the word depression because I feel like depression is a more serious thing. What I felt was it felt like it fit the textbook definition of depression, where it was nothing really, or it felt like nothing mattered, to the point where like I didn't feel like working on the comic anymore. And every time I tried to like work on it, it was like, what's the point? I forgot it takes how long for the comments to get through on stream. I think it's just faster on a Twitch. I think it's faster on Twitch. But yeah. I was like, dude, I just can't do. For a while, I was like, I just can't touch this anymore. You know, not anymore. Just like I just had to like take a breather. I just didn't feel like doing it. I just didn't feel like doing like anything related to the internet or anything that took effort for a while, because it really felt like there's no. It felt like there was like no such thing as organic growth on the internet. So I was like, what's the point of like trying? Yeah, this is not Ollie's facial structure. Yeah, so I was like, what's the point of trying when there's no such thing as organic growth? And then I was like, that's why I started doing a Let's Plays on the channel, honestly. Yeah, Burnout sucks. Yeah, it was like... It was... I don't even know if it was burnout, honestly. I don't even know if it was burnout. It was just, I don't know where to go. It wasn't that I was tired. Well, I was tired. I felt like I was very tired. Because, like, nothing was happening. And I did not know where to go next. Because I feel like if I had direction, if I had, like, a mentor, if I had, like, somebody telling me, yo, you should try, you need to do X, Y, you should try, right? Because I try everything. If I had somebody to tell me, like, you need to do X, Y, and Z, then I would do it. But the problem is, everything that I try, like, I already have, like, the motivation to do it because it might work. But I don't have the time or the energy to try things that might work anymore. I just don't have the energy to try things that might work. So for the longest time, I'm like, nothing is working. I don't think anything will work. And like seeing the whole Corey Kenshin thing, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad that he got money, but I can't emulate that. I don't think anybody can like go up, like come out of the trenches making a comic and be like that. That's something that like you can't only have that type of. You can only have that type of success if you already are successful. It's another one of those things where if you already have money, you can make more money. So, yeah, if you already have money, you can make more money. I forgot how. Okay, for a while I forgot how Ali's hairline went. Yeah, I forgot about how it went though, for a second. So I just had to like take a step back and just completely separate from some people, from the the indie comic space, honestly. Like that one guy that I used to like listen to like almost every day. I think I just like got too close, and then I was like, you know what, he's just not cool. It's just not worth my time anymore. And I'm like, even when I was like tired professionally, I was like, was he right? And now I'm like, I don't think it was necessarily wrong, but being around the wrong people can be super draining to you. like I was like I just felt very drained, emotionally drained. So, and I think what gave me the energy to come back. I didn't even plan to come back and like draw this. I was I saw like my friend Angels of Renaissance. He did another video, and I was like, you know what? I'll do a live stream. I feel like doing a live stream, and I'll just call it like a podcast, like a solo podcast. Where I just like talk about not only where I just talk about my grievances, and I think when I saw his video, I saw his comments and the people in his comment section like cheering him on, and that gave me motivation. Like it's funny because like they weren't talking to me, but I just kind of forgot that I have people that was like cheering me on. You know, I kind of forgot that I had people cheering me on too. Even though like it's difficult, it's like very difficult, and I think a lot about how to make this thing like monetarily viable. And even though that is very important, like I still have to be my biggest cheerleader at the end of the day. And that doesn't mean like, and I don't think that means I have to keep punching the brick wall until something gives. I think I just need to be more strategic about how I'm going to do this, or like how can I make this a profitable thing. And right now what makes the most sense is I can't be independent anymore. And it's not like I haven't tried to be with a company or tried being with or connecting with a company or connecting with like agents or connecting with like other people within the industry. It's more like I know that nobody cares about making media. Nobody cares about making media. Nobody really cares about the comics that I have in general. People only care about what they can get out of the media that they consume. Because just like take you for an example, like you get entertainment out of this. I share my insights about life, and it entertains you, and that's the transaction. If I was not talking, you wouldn't still be here, you know. Or if I wasn't talking, you wouldn't, or if I was ignoring you, you wouldn't still be here because you like the personality that I have. Like you like my personality. And I thank you. And I thank you for that. And for the majority of the time, it's like I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I say I don't know, and I'm like I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Yeah, for the majority of the time. Like, I keep thinking of ways to say, how can I get people to care? How can I get people to care about me? And live streaming always, like, starts off that, like, live streaming was, like, always ends up being that way. But people don't care about the live stream, so it just makes sense to try to make a whatchamacallit, make Let's Plays. That's okay, LOL. Yeah, it makes sense to just Let's Plays aren't like the end all be all, or like it, but it is easy. It is dang easy to produce, easy to like interact with people, make people to like my personality. easy for discovery, especially on YouTube. Not on Twitch. Twitch is dog water when it comes to discovery. But everybody knows that. Wait, how am I supposed to do this? Just make lines that infers that he has like meat under his bones or whatever. And the thing is, I don't know. I don't like I don't like making videos. That's the funny thing. I don't like making videos anymore. I like formats like this. I like the live format. I like interacting with people in real time. I refuse to go on Twitch for that reason. Oh, what reason is that? Because like the discoverability is just is dog water. Let's see. Maybe I don't know. I think like if the DreamCon thing doesn't work out, I'll look into like trying to find like an agency, try to gain money to like hire an agency, a media agency that can help me with collaborations and whatnot. Yeah, yeah. So I can be like an entertaining streamer. I guess at least by YouTube standards. At least by YouTube standards. Hmm. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I think I have like a... Oh, no. I think I still have the thing set to Persona 5. That's hilarious. On Twitch. It's a little bit late to change that. I think it's too late to change that. Yeah, I accidentally have it on Persona 5 Strikers. I mean, literally, who cares? Literally, who cares? Nobody finds you on Twitch anyway. I think that's me just chatting. It's kind of funny that way. Kind of funny that way. Dude, I went on DLFE yesterday, which is like you walk in for like 6 hours a day continuously, and I did it for 2 days, and my feet are shredded. Yeah, Twitch sucks. Oh, man, it's a whole thing. It really is a whole thing. I think and also another thing is every time I look back at the comics I make, I'm like, I'm still like, dang, I made this. This is also really. So anything good happened recently? Shoot. I mean, I started drawing commissions again, and I was able to, for the first time in like a year, I was able to pay my rent without using my long-term investments. So that's cool. I'm also going to be going to a convention, a Blurred convention out in going to DreamCon on a at the end of May. Looking forward to that. Playing a few games, finished a few games. I met up with Matt like last week or so, and we did the outline of book 2 of Let's Go Metal Hero. I think I have it around here. Yeah, Matt was like in Raleigh for a while, and I just met up at his hotel, and I brought like my sketchbook, and I turned them into note cards. And in like 3 hours, we were just like yelling in the hotel. We were just yelling in the hotel room about how the story's gonna go, about the story beats. We were like mapping them out and like talking about like the theme of every chapter, how like the themes of every chapter, key moments that we wanted to bring in there, key moments of what we wanted to talk about. And just like fleshing our ideas out a little bit more, and I'm really excited to. I think when we go to DreamCon, we're probably gonna write it, like because we got an Airbnb, and we're probably going to like the times that we're not going to be at the convention, we're probably just going to chill out the hotel, and we're probably going to like write book 2. Because it really was a fun time, just like seeing him and like chilling and just like just yelling at each other, just being loud, talking about like story structure. Like it was a really fun time. Let's see what else. Other than like my month-long depression, I don't want to say nothing, right? But I did say like playing games, started streaming my games on YouTube. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do like. I don't know if I'll ever do freaking clips anymore, because I just, like I said, I just hate editing. I don't even know. I'd probably have to have a team for that. I like how Persona 5 has been going on for almost a year now. What do you mean? What do you mean? Because like I'm playing the sequel of Persona 5, The Strikers. Because like between my first time playing Persona 5, it's like I played Persona 3 and 4, which was only on Twitch, and the VODs are gone. I should have done it on YouTube earlier. You know? Those VODs are gone. For good. But I think Persona 3 is still my favorite Persona. 4 is my least favorite. I don't think I liked 4. Because remember, like, what's his name? Oh, yeah, Sketch. Sketch is still... I think Sketch is, like, Sketch is, showed up to my streams every time. Like, my Persona streams every time. Because he buys me the games so he can, like, listen to me play them while he's at work. And you being, like, a good temporary chill game. Oh, yeah. Because since it's a story, it's an RPG, I talk about, like... I just talk about the story sometimes. Like, how I feel the story is going, about pacing and whatever, so my mind can, like... make something interesting about what's happening. Man, I just hate that stance. But I gotta move on from that. That's crazy. Sketchy's dedicated. Good for him. Yeah. I'm glad Sketches has been around as long as he is as long as he has. Like he's been giving me like even when I wasn't playing Let's Plays, he was he was giving me pointers or like advice of like what I could probably do to be seen. And now I'm kind of done trying to be seen because it feels cringe. Being seen on the internet just feels cringe now. I just need what I really need is just to be a part of an agency. I just need like people to I just need to be artificially boosted. That's it. I just need an agency to be like, hey, this is the next it guy. And then I'll be like astroturfed. That's my goal for this year. I gotta be astroturfed. I gotta be I gotta be I gotta be astroturfed, and then just like and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, I don't need y'all no more, and then I don't know. Astroturfed, yeah. Because like ain't no way. I don't think there is any way for me to have an audience, especially now. Especially like the type of things. Well, I'm not gonna have like mainstream success because like what makes people like the mainstream people is that I'm like I try to clip farm and scream and be like, yo, that's crazy. Like, freaking doing backflips on stream, being like the most high energy guy, because people don't even want that high energy nonsense, you know. Like no, people want that high energy nonsense because it appeals to the most people. And the way that I'm doing it, it's nice, it's cool, it's chill, but people aren't like that interested. You know, it's not inherently interesting. Like making comics, making comics is literally the thing that universally everybody thinks it's cool that you have it done. It's just a hold up. Where did my book go? I just set it down. Where did I? Oh, here it is. It's like having this, like having like a physical book, is like, it's. I can say I'm unemployed. I'm chronically unemployed. I've been unemployed for like freaking 5 years, 7 years, more than that. Like right. But then, like, and everybody's gonna be like, ew, that's gross. But when I just shove this in their face, they're like, oh, wow, that's nice. You're not a complete freaking leech on society. You know? You're not a complete leech, because at least you're making media. That's cute, you know? Because if I didn't have this, I'd just be another neat on the internet. Instead of being like being like the neats that I usually watch, the difference between them and me is that they have an audience that supplements their neat lifestyle. Their chronically online, not going out lifestyle, because they've developed a personality that people can relate to. And I'm like, that sucks. But whatever. If only I knew how to do that. I guess making YouTube videos about current trends and like having a unpopular opinions on them. I mean, you have published books. RW, you really. Wait. Re, ER, RW, you really unemployed. Oh, R, okay. I mean, if you have published books, are you really unemployed? Yes. Yes. I have no W-2. Like, technically I have my own company, but unless I make like a certain amount of money, like the government doesn't see it as a job. They see it as a hobby. I don't make enough money for the government to see what I'm doing as a job. They just say it's a hobby. And by the eyes of the government, it's like a freaking it. And like I would love to like you've seen me on my golden years of being on the internet. Like I wanted to freaking. I really wanted to make this into a job. It would be my entire dream to make this a job, but I can't I can't grow a stable audience to save my life. I'm looking at the reason why I'm like looking at the side, right? Like this. As you can see me looking like at the side like this, because I'm looking at myself to see if I'm in the frame. But when I know the camera's right here, so it feels like I'm talking to you. Yes, you. But I'm looking at this just to see if I'm in frame. I don't know. Maybe I should still look like this to make it look more professional. So when I'm looking at the camera like this, it doesn't feel too unnerving. I don't know. Oh yeah, and creepy. Yeah, when I do this, it doesn't look too unnerving. But oh yeah, I know there might be some people that's been asking, like, where am I? Because like, there's been a couple of events, conventions, that's come and gone, and I'm pretty sure people were expecting me to be there doing the backpack vending thing, but I just didn't show up. I just didn't show up. I don't really care. Just do whatever is most comfy. Okay. That's usually how it is. Like the quality and usually the best quality assurance is when people start complaining. And then when people start complaining, only listen to the people that gives you money. Like, you know. Because like when I watch some like online shows, I notice that the people that complain the most are the people that don't even donate money. Power move though, just don't show up. Yeah, right. I remember the goal of live streams just gathering people, like gathering donations. Like I really wanted to like have a way to have people donate to me while I make comics or like spit knowledge or game or what have you. But that ain't happening. But like YouTube is like that's not happening, especially if I'm streaming on a vertically. And they're like, nah, that's not happening. Taught. I know that's an emoji. I have not seen that emoji in so long. Freaking, I see it as a tot. But how getting verified going on? No, I gave up. I literally gave up. I gave up, dude. I give up. I'm done. I remember people. I'm so done listening to people, uh, uh, the YouTube gurus, being like, the only way that you could fail on YouTube or you could fail in anything in life is if you just give up. No, 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 no. You can absolutely fail. Oh my gosh, I'm a YouTube failure. I keep doing this because I want to. I just kind of bit the bullet in a way of like I'm not doing this because I'm a success. I do this because I want to, and the will of doing this intrinsically of me, I intrinsically is like my biggest motivator. My motivation is no longer I want to be like verified on YouTube. Or actually, you have not give what? Actually, you have to not give up. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired of listening. I'm tired of that. I'm like, you know what? I give up. Right? I don't care about being verified on YouTube anymore. Not verified on YouTube, but like getting monetized on YouTube anymore. I don't care about like being seen because I'm now. I think it took me a month to like let that sink in. That I'm probably never going to like gain an audience doing what I'm doing right now, complaining on the internet, how like feel like being optimistic. Like I've kind of given up on like all of that to realize it's just not going to happen. If I'm going to make it happen, it needs to come from externally. I need to have that freaking white knight. I need to have like a some sort of external push that artificially pushes me into like as much people as possible. Because I can't do that with freaking ads. I can't do that with freaking with like just consistency. Freaking voice crack. I can't do that with consistency. So the only way that can only work in my mind is either have somebody who is willing to like boost me, if I could siphon their audience off or whatever, or like a company just needs me as a talking head, so I can get money from doing that, and I'll do that until they like let me go. Or if I'm like I'm done, you know, it's literally it's so over. Whichever comes first, I'm not picky. Whichever God throws my way, I'm not gonna be like, you know what. I pray that my heart is open to like whatever opportunity that God throws my way to make this thing work out. Because I know that I cannot do this by myself, and it most likely never will happen if I just stay by myself, independent. So like. I give up. That's just my thing. That's my declaration of giving up. I only make comics because I just want to now. I'm back to making this because I want to now. I don't know if I'll go back to like making the game, right? Even though people might be more like involved in the story if I turn it into a game, and I still have ideas to make it into a game, you know. But the thing is, oh yeah, crash out. I'm sorry, I'm crashing out. Well, this is the Squeaky Wheel. This is the Squeaky Wheel pod. I'm calling this the Squeaky Wheel podcast, which gives me the entire, which is like another way of saying this is my crash out podcast. And I gotta stop smiling so much. I gotta stop smiling so much. This is my crash. This is my serious doomer hour crash out podcast. You know, so, and I can't be serious. I can't be sad or angry with me smiling all the time. I gotta stop smiling. Crash outs don't smile. You know, to let them see my emo side. Yeah. It's like JK. It's like that meme of like I'm okay, but it shifts perspective of you see the not, so it reads I'm not okay. That's me right now. I'm not okay. Yeah, we love you, Cashapp. Oh man, who's not entertained by my pain? Man, it's real. It makes people. It makes people feel something when I crash out. Hold up, this perspective is kind of weird. Not perspective, but well, I guess it's fair. It's just a different thing. Because like what's happening right now is like they're just sitting at the table. And like I want there to be like some sort of like visual transition from the table to their from the table to their I would call them their surrogate fighters. Where did Asif go? Yeah, he was here earlier in the stream. He just said hi and then dipped. And I think I'm still going to do the 6 to 10 pages per update. Like after I'm done with this, I'm probably going to move on to Chimera Island or something. Yeah, because this is like page 7 and 8. Like I'm now doing this. I'm now translating my thumbnails directly to the screen. So like every time, so like usually after this, I go straight to what's the thing called? Line art. Oh yeah, you probably already noticed because of this over here. Because, like, all of it, like, I scanned all of my thumbnails. You've gotten better at animating now. What do you mean? I have not animated in years. I actually understand how you do it now, so yay. Are you talking about... Are you talking about like illustrating, comic illustrating like this? Who's not entertained by my pain? But maybe I think this is probably just what I need, you know. I just probably needed that era of depression to like let go of the ego. Like not even like stop trying to build. Just stop trying to build. You know? I think as soon as I started doing commissions, I was just going like the slowest speed possible. Yeah, it's the problem with YouTube. It's the problem with YouTube. The problem of evil. I guess instead of a podcast, I'll call this like the squeaky wheel stream, and like have this be like a solo podcast. That's for a while I wanted to. Yeah, I'll just call it that the squeaky wheel stream. Fair enough. Like honestly, I've been doing a thumbnailing. Usually I would try to turn like Saturday into my... Where do my thumbnails go? Oh, it's in my book bag. I would turn Saturday into my thumbnailing day. Before I was like going to my my local coffee shop to thumbnail. But when I went to my coffee shop, I just had this weird feeling of I don't want to do this. Like, what's the point? It's like, because I was like, hey, maybe if I'm not feeling like doing thumbnails, maybe I can just do Not thumbnails. But if I don't feel like doing line art for my comic, maybe I could do thumbnails. And then I'm like doing thumbnails. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? So I stopped doing thumbnails for a while. I just stopped doing comics for a while until I fully just gave up on trying to grow an audience by doing this, and that's where I am free. That's where I am free. Do it because you want to now. I do it because I want to. And what's the point? Yeah. I think when I started doing commissions, I started getting money. I think as soon as I started getting money from something outside the comic, I think when I started getting money outside the comic, I just realized I'm spending too much time on trying to make this thing profitable. Like, as soon as I got money from doing something that's not from the comics, I was like, it's not worth it. All this just doesn't feel like it's worth it. And I had to spend like a little bit of time. I just had to spend a little bit of time doing something else, and then realize, you know what? I actually like making. I like making comics. I don't like making videos. I don't like making videos. I don't like spending more time making things I don't like making things about the comics. I just like making the comic. I like making this material. It's what I'm good at. It's what I'm good at. Are you not entertained? Shining like the candlelight. Our love is dangerous. Your love is my love is. Are you not entertained? So, yeah, I'm just like enjoying what I can. You know? Do you know? I mean, I would love to like try to push this into like I'm animating right now. Oh, okay, that makes sense. You know what? I'm gonna change the title from this Squeaky Wheels podcast, this Squeaky Wheels stream. That's more. I feel like that's a better title. The Squeaky Wheel stream. That's way better. Now let's see, YouTube. What's going on? But it's like a 12. I told myself that I wouldn't. What the heck is this? Okay. Oh, this guy. Okay. Moving on. Drawing perspectives hurts. Oh yeah, don't sweat it. Don't try. One thing that I've learned the most when it comes to like drawing or like being fast with drawing is it's mostly just foundation. What time is it? Adventure time. It's like 12. It's almost 12 there. Like, yeah, 12:21 p.m. Past morning. Let me see if I can get this. Okay, yeah. I feel like I should still do line art. I feel like line arting. a.m. Oh yeah, I forgot time zones. Yeah. Streaming this early in the morning is not a good idea, usually. If I feel like it, I might stream again tonight. Like, there's literally no rules. Now that I don't really feel like, oh, it's 17:22. I hate your military time. Gross. And I forgot about that. I forgot about the conversion of military time. Crud. So it was like 7 minus 2, and then we would have like that would make maybe like 5:22 or something like that. Military time is way better. I grew up on like freaking 12 time. I don't even know what they call it, like 12 time. Is it better? It's more universal, I suppose. Yeah, that like military time is like more universal. I get it. I'm gonna watch you suffer trying to figure this out. It was like 5 p.m. over there. I don't know. I don't go to school anymore. Awesome. Man. This is gonna... Honestly, this feels good. It's gonna be... Like... Just going back to making the comics again, I'm like... Yeah. I did write all of this. I did draw all of this. And I am making it. It's been a while since I've made something like this. This feels good. I'm like, it's like, I am, like, proud of I am proud of what I make. Like, I am proud of it. Wait, how many panels is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gosh, I have too many panels. This sucks. It sucks. Too many panels. Okay, there we go. So I'll do the ones that are like the easiest. Oh yeah, and I usually have this right now. Like, I usually have like a weekly banner. Like, I used to live by this. My computer's lagging. If I lose my animation process, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have like this, a weekly planner, right? I used to like live by this, by a weekly planner. I think ever since I was like at my depression or whatever, I just stopped abiding by it. It kind of gave me structure in my days, but now I'm like, my structure is like, I don't feel like I need like structure right now. Structure is nice to have. I'm just trying to... Dang, weekly planner is crazy. Yeah, for the majority of my time, I was like very punctual. Like 3 hours, I was like draw for like 3 hours out of the day. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it really works, right? When I start getting into like the zone or like the ebb and flow, whatever it's called, I just go sheer off of memory of what I'm supposed to do for that day. But now, and like when I look back on my weekly planner, so much of it is just trying to gain a following. It basically reminds me of like, how would I put this? It reminds me of before I like just gave up, of like why like what I need to do to like raise a following, raise like an audience, raise X, Y, and Z, and then I'm like, I don't know, man. I literally don't know. It just doesn't make sense anymore. Like it's like when I try to gain an audience, like I would be like, if I just keep at it, upload on my newsletter. Newsletter's not going anywhere. I can't imagine my newsletter raising in popularity, even with the different tactics I try to implement. Right. It's just not working. So I'm like, even with the tips that I got of like the newsletter of just trying to build a community on Substack, I would do a shout out to other creators on that platform. Sometimes they would be like, they would follow me, but like that follow is like short lived, and it doesn't really carry. They don't really bring over an audience over, because I don't think there's like a big audience like that over on Substack. So I'm like, ugh. Or like I said, people don't care. People don't care about your content. They care more about like your opinions on things. They care more about your opinions on things. People don't care about what you can make. They care about what you can say. And I think that's what took me a while to learn. I would love it for people to judge me by the merits of like what I can produce, but right now, no. It really doesn't matter about what can you produce. Leave all the production stuff to people with agencies and companies and like Disney or Warner Brothers or Paramount. La 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 la. Leave like all the production stuff to them. On like the lower level, or like even freaking glitch text or whatever, like glitch whatever, like internet animators that know how to, hell, whatever, man. Even like the Hasbro Hotels and the Hell of a Boss, they even got like their tie. They're able to get their ties with like a built-in audience and like the backing of like other stuff. Like they got their backing from somewhere, right? So like, leave it to them. Leave all the products. Leave all like the products, things that you can produce, to companies that know how to push it. Don't leave it to like an independent thing. As like an individual, it's all about what you can say. It's all about being a thought leader. That's what it really feels like right now. It's all about being a thought leader. And like, I'm not against it. I'm not against being a thought leader. I just hate talking about. I just hate like reacting to news. I hate being a reactionary. The thought of being a reactionary is just annoying to me. It's like, look at what happened in the news today. Whoa, freaking Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer came out. Whoa, the graphics, dude. Whoa. Look at the current thing, dude. The current thing. Look at these games, bro. I just don't care. I just don't care. I'm like, hey guys, today I read Nietzsche and I didn't like it. Hey guys. Hey guys, there's this thing that nobody has ever really that people don't really care about. Here's my thoughts on it. Hey guys, I just finished playing Stranglehold, directed by John Woo. I like it. You know, who cares? Like, people don't care. People want to hear your thoughts on current thing. Well, they don't. Well, it I don't know. I still don't know. Whoa, guys, look at this. Whoa, guys. Did you know that everything sucks? But check it out. But check out this thing right here. Check out this new piece of entertainment. Check out media right here. Check out this product. Now time to get excited for next product. I know it sounds cynical, but hey, I have the right to be cynical. I tried making cool things. I tried making cool content. People just don't care. I can be cynical. I feel like I feel like I have the right to be cynical. Entertainment really is a zero-sum game. Like, you can put like your heart and soul into it, but it doesn't have to give back. Like, I remember even hearing that the philosophers, philosophers that we all revere in this day and age, like even when we see them as like freaking pioneers of like how we see things today or whatever, even being a philosopher wasn't a profitable thing. You were kind of looked down upon if you were a philosopher. I remember I was like reading a little bit of a book. I can't even pronounce it. I think I have it in my like little library stack over there. I remember like there was a notion back in like the golden era of philosophy, like Greek, Roman, whatever. If you paid people to teach them philosophy, it was kind of looked down upon. It was very much an art form that was like meant to be for the good of everybody, to know, like to at least ponder the existence of the world. And if you like had that under a fee, like everybody, like it was kind of like looked down upon within the philosophical community. I don't know where I was going. I forgot what I was going with this. Yeah. Let's see. Now I might just trying to figure out what to do. I think I might do another stream tonight, or just do what I want. I do what I want. Because like I kind of envy people who are able to do like freaking, not envy, but like I'm amazed when I see people do freaking 10-hour, 8-hour long streams. That's insane. I think it would be interesting if I were to like be able to get to that point on this online career, is just to make like 8-hour streams of just working on the comic, chatting with people, and like people won't like come. I know now people won't come to me because of the comics. It's just it'll be something else that I do that people will come to me for. It'll like Because like right now I'm like thinking like freaking this YouTuber called Synthetic Man, like how yeah, like Synthetic Man or something, because he has like 8 hour streams and people know who he is because of like he makes like he would review video games, and he would be like one of those types of guys that the internet loves to hate, like a lol cow. Yeah, freaking internet loves to hate lol cow type deal. And I would see that, I'm like, man, that would be cool if I knew, if I had a thing that people flocked to. And I know it's like gaming makes sense for it to be that thing, but nobody really watches. Like his streams are more likely just like hangout sessions, and he like plays games that he's going to review. And I like that. I honestly like that as a reviewer, like playing like live streaming the games that he's about to review or considering reviewing. It's a cool thing to do. It's a cool thing to see. And probably just monetarily viable because people do like donate while he streams. Man, I forgot how to draw Travis. Like I remember the shape language. I'm like, is this what I remember? I don't even have character sheets. I don't even have reference sheets for any of the characters. That's how I kind of realized that every time I drew Beelzebub, like his eyes were getting bigger and bigger. No, like now his eyes are getting bigger and bigger. His mouth is getting smaller and smaller. And then I was looking at like old Beelzebub drawings. I was like, why does it look better? Like, why does it look different? What? Yeah, and that's when I noticed his mouth was just getting smaller and smaller. Figuring how to draw the MC is crazy. Listen, in my stories, I don't have one MC. I have multiple. Also, like, all my characters are generic. They are like my. I don't have a really good design philosophy when it comes to characters because all my characters look like the most generic. They all look like the most generic people ever. But it happened. My OCs don't have character sheets yet. Yeah. Yeah. I get you. Because like, if you look on the internet, I'm pretty sure you can find like a black protagonist of a show, and it looks like Travis. Like every black protagonist kind of looks like Travis. Travis is like the most generic. Like a lot of the characters that I have, especially Travis, he's like the most generic looking character I have like ever, and that's good. I think it's also fits with the theme, like the themes of like the stories that I usually tell. Because like everything that I tell is like I want to tell stories of like characters who are just regular, the everyman. It's crazy they keep like changing hair lengths and stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I honestly just follow the rule of cool. And it also helps when you realize that most people just look at they look at a panel for like half a second and then move on. And then there's me. My characters are not very realistic. It's style. I feel like his face needs to be shrunk. Nah. I just gotta remember the proportions. Honestly. And this is just me coming back from a while, like an absence. But yeah, I think I understand. I think I understand what's going on. But yeah, but I guess like even if I find a way to make people interested in the story, into like the live streams, I would have to live stream something that people know me for. Like live streaming me working on the like let's take gaming for example. Flipping the canvas gives me the most real slap in the face. Oh yeah, flipping the canvas. Here we go. My proportions are way off. Yeah, it do be like that sometimes. It's kind of funny of like how I draw Travis. Like sometimes it just looks like an adult, and other times his face looks more squared like an adult, and other times it's like more rounded like a kid. But like I said, people don't unless like yeah people start complaining. It really doesn't matter. You really don't need like don't let yourself be like your. You can be your biggest critic, but don't stop that from like publishing. I mean, he's a 16-year-old, so kind of accurate. Dang, 16 years old. Freaking time flies. Am I right? Yeah, I guess like when you're a teenager, you're on the like some looks freaking older, some looks younger. It flip-flops. Big ears. Accidental big ears. Actually, this looks cool. Maybe I can have like another ear right here. Let's show you now. That's one panel. I'll just draw every instance of Travis over here. But honestly, I think it's a good time for me. Wait, what? How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for like 2 hours. This was meant to be like a 1 hour thing. Just to try it out, just to see what happens. I might do it. I don't know. maybe I'll do like another stream tonight, or maybe I'll just do a freaking a marathon stream one of these days. Like, now I'm 15 and the kids in lower years look like toddlers. Yeah, it's gonna feel like that more and more, more and more. More and more. Okay. Okay. Might pop in tonight then. All right. Oh, I'll check you later. It was a good, been a good stream. All right. Take care.